Welcome to Coach Family Team Call. Today, I wanted to do something we haven't done in a while, maybe over a year, I don't even know how long. And I wanted to do kind of a social media review where I'll review accounts live and just kind of give feedback on what I think would improve them. And hopefully you'll learn some takeaways and tips and things, because it's all kind of the same thing. So ideally what I'm looking for is consistent posting, a consistent kind of visual theme, especially on Instagram. So I primarily am going to review Instagram accounts tonight, I think. I'm going to ask you guys to volunteer. I have before in the past posted in like the event, like who wants me to do it, but then people aren't on live. And I want to give you guys that are on live, the chance for me to look at your account. So, all right, so Samantha's volunteering, perfect. So, I'm looking for light, bright, eye-catching, consistent posting. I want to see that you're storying. I want to see, a variety of images and stuff like that. So, I will go ahead and just start. All these people are saying, okay, so if you can, I think I know what I'm going to do is just share my screen. And then I'm going to go to Instagram. It's doing all this stuff today, actually. Let me open a new Chrome. New window. So I'll look up Samantha. Okay. Instagram. Now, social media obviously is not it doesn't matter how many followers you have. It is not like going to make you successful, because there's people with, hundreds of thousands of followers who don't do anything with that because they're not really serving their community. They're not building a business. And there's people with just a couple thousand who are killing it. And so it's not about, how many followers, and you can have a great, social media, but if you don't do the work behind the scenes and send, Samantha, is that how you, yeah, here. If you don't do the work behind the scenes and do the messaging and start those connections, then it doesn't matter how many followers you have, you still got to do that hard work. So, I'll just kind of go through what I'm looking for. I love a great profile picture, but on Instagram, I don't think it's as important as it used to be on Facebook, but I do love like a great profile picture. You want a good bio here as well to just kind of explain a little bit of what people are going to get when they come to your page, what they're going to, what they should expect, So Great and Grace, Fit Family. No one knows what that means. So I don't know if that's like super necessary to have, but you can, because it's probably part of your brand. But everyone knows mom, wife, lover of all things pizza, positive life motivator, change your life here. And then let's see what she's got in her link tree. About me, online boot camp, be a coach and part of the team, nutrition, sneak peek. So lots of things that people can fill out, it looks like. I see, highlights, which are great. So highlights, if you guys don't know, you can do those when it's part of your story. So you create your stories into these little things. And now I'm just looking for variety. I wonder if I can zoom out a little. I'm looking for variety. So this looks like a lot of good variety. Visually, you can see it's really broken up. It's not a lot of the same. Well, these ones, these 6 look a little more similar than like these 6, because this is food, far away, close up, transformation, whatever. And these, you can see, but it's fine. That's fine. Just good broken up. And then you want to see what is your brand about? And if it's in your bio, like if you are a mom and a wife and a lover of all things pizza, if those are the 3 most important things to you, that they're most important enough that you're going to put them in your bio, and then positive life motivator, then we should be seeing those things. Right now, I don't see pizza anywhere. So think about when you put something in your bio, that you have to, that means it's really important to you. So I'm scrolling. I still don't see any pizza, right? So you can put something in there that's very catchy and maybe you want people to think you're not just about health and fitness or whatever. But then if you don't talk about pizza, then you're not really a pizza lover, right? Like, I love pizza too, but I don't put it in my bio because it's not that, like, you will see pizza, but it's not a main part of my brand. And Samantha, from what I can tell, it's not a main part of yours either. So I can see, you know, wife, mom, I can obviously see that you're a positive life motivator because of, you know, your transformation and your workouts and things like that. I do think this is great. Like, your grid looks great. Your color story looks great. I feel like this is, you know, great. So the only thing, the feedback that I would have for you is maybe rethink a little bit of your bio, because I don't think lover of all things pizza necessarily fits if that's not a big part of your brand, right? Okay. I will, oh, how do I do this? Chat. Go to the chat. All right. Okay, everyone's now saying volunteer. You can stop volunteering. We're not going to be able to get through all of you people, but I will get through as many as I can, but you don't have to anymore. So I'm going to go to, okay, thank you guys for putting in your name. So I'll put Cassie Wemhoff in because I think that's the first name that I see. So now we can reserve the chat for people who have questions and stuff about things. Okay, this is very pretty bio. I like your highlights here. I can see that there's a ring on your stories, so I love that. Okay, what's your bio say? Coach's wife, mama of 2, living a balance of booze and veggies. Tallahassee, Florida, raised, now in Lincoln, Nebraska. Target is my happy place. Okay, love that. I had heard when I did an Instagram training that you should say where you live. I don't think it necessarily matters in our world in coaching, but whenever I go to a bio, I do like seeing where people are. It doesn't fit in my like character allowance or whatever, but I do like, you know, Tallahassee. So Florida raised, now you're in Nebraska. Okay, you can see family, fitness, transformation. Obviously, you can see a variety of posts. I will say, though, in this top 9, this picture, and this picture, it's basically the same pose, right? It's in the same spot, same pose, essentially. So what I would do when I do like similar poses, just to break up the feed a little more, I will make it so I'm not center in all of them, right? So if you see, I'll show you an example. I'm going to go to mine really quick and then I'll go back like this. So this picture, I wanted to break it up because in general, I'm like kind of centered down my thing, right? So I put myself on the left side on this. So if you find that you're doing the same kind of poses, break it up to where, you know, visually where you actually show up in the frame, based on this grid. Okay, so I'm seeing family. And then good transformation, I feel like you're showing. Let's see. I'm just going to read this, see about stories. We are our toughest critic, and I'm damn sure I was guilty of that today. Then I switched my mindset and reminded myself that this is a marathon, not a sprint. I'm putting in the hard work and seeing your results at a happy pace. The physical changes are pretty fantastic, but damn how I feel inside is worth every drop of sweat. One less binge of a raunchy TV show every day and sometimes 30 minutes lesser of sleep. It's one of those things that you just don't know until you decide to take the leap yourself. The holidays are coming up. Don't let that be one more excuse. Okay, so what I will say then, so this is November 8th. You are definitely not posting enough. This is November 8th, and that is, let's see, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 rows. I don't know what that is. 13 times 3. Oops. Where's my calculator? 13 times 3. So that's 39 posts. And if that was the beginning of November and we're almost beginning of March, so that's November to December to January to February to March. So that's 4 months. And let's say there's 30 days, 40. So that's, 40 or what? 30 days times 4, because 4 months. So it's 120 days and you only have 39 posts. That's not enough. You need to be showing up consistently, basically every single day, maybe 6 days a week, but every single day really should be the goal. So I like what I'm seeing. I do like the story that went along with that post. You know, it could have been a little bit more detailed about who you were before, but maybe you've shared that in other posts. I think that's good. I like the variety and stuff like that, but I need to see more. Okay. And guys, I'm just going to give it to you straight because that's the only way I know how to do it. So, you know, buyer beware. I am not, it's all comes from a place of, comes from a place of love. But, you know, you can't be embarrassed because I'm just giving feedback. All right, so there's Cassie. Who else? Okay, Nikki Sullivan. Look you up. N-I-K-A-I. Okay. All right. So, coach, teacher on a health and fitness journey, mom of 3, happy wife, join the journey with me. I think that's an okay bio. I mean, I just don't know that you need coach here, but you could, I suppose. That's fine. So what else though? You know, what else is there? I feel like, because sure, you're health and fitness. Yes, you're a mom and a wife, but like, what else is there that's a little bit like interesting about you, right? That isn't just, because there's tons of things that are interesting about you, but what is something that, you know, you love or that they can see here that they're going to get from you that's more important than putting coach or teacher? Because I also don't know what that means. Are you a volleyball coach? Are you a teacher to second graders? Are you a teacher because of this page? What am I going to learn from, you know what I mean? Like, so I think get a little bit more, I think the bio is an underestimated place, and I think it's important. So, all right. Okay. So I see Mama. Let's see what this is. I see you in a room. I see you when you cry in a room full of people and nobody notices. They're children, but still. See you when you go unnoticed in your new shirt, when your opinion isn't heard and you wonder where your voice has gone. Okay, I feel like this is good. This is probably to moms, right? Yep, the rest in the comments. So I feel like that's good. This picture, I have a thing about, unless it's very few and far between and it's like an emotional post, even when, and this might just be a personal thing, but even when you're putting out something really powerful, you should be engaging. This, to me, this face doesn't necessarily match the caption. I mean, I didn't read the whole caption, but the caption seems like you're really reaching, tugging on the heartstrings of moms. This picture isn't something that would stop my scroll. It's light and bright, but I always think it's better to smile. Or, you know, look like like you want to have people stop and read this powerful caption. And maybe it's, you know, if you're talking to the moms, it's you in the middle smiling with chaos all around you. It's a farther away photo, laundry's everywhere, whatever, and you're just kind of like smiling, right? Like just a little bit more inviting is the only I would recommend on that. But let me just see. Oh, this is a cute picture. Okay, yeah, like look, you nail the smiling shots. So that's good. All right, I'm seeing this. There are some things here, like, okay, so where has this been all my life? My kid's cookbook has a recipe for baked brown rice that comes out perfect. So this picture isn't super, like it doesn't really go on brand for you. Like if you were a cookbook page, then you can put stuff like this. But a better way to execute on this is you make the brown rice and you make your personal photo, and then you can teach somebody in the caption how you did it. And you can say, I got this from my kid's, you know, cookbook, and it's perfect every time, but it's a picture of you. This isn't scroll stopping unless I am following, you know, like a cookbook account or something where I expect to see things like this, then I stop my scroll. But on an account like for you, where your brand is about you, this wouldn't stop the scroll. Okay, I've decided I no longer want to be an adult, so if anyone needs me, I'll be in my blanket fort coloring. So, fine. I also feel like, this is fine. It's like, I just would rather take these kind of things and personalize them, right? Or maybe it's you under your blankets with a glass of wine. I don't know if you drink, but that would be, and then that would be the caption, right? Like, I know Emily and I do this. we'll see memes that we like, but we will take a photo. So I can remember one time Emily made a post and I just knew that it was a meme because I had saved the meme too, but it was like, if you don't road trip like a 9-year-old, you know, in a kid in a candy store or something like that, like, did you even road trip? And instead of putting the meme up, it was a picture of her and her best friend with like Skittles and M&Ms and whatever, just Cheetos and stuff like that. So it's a personalized approach to the meme. I do put up some memes, but I've kind of, you know, just sparingly. And I also, my memes are more for visual breakups now, right? So I have the white background, but, and then same with this. So this is give yourself time, just a reminder. So motivational stuff is fine, but it doesn't really connect people to you or your brand. Here's another post where it's not a super happy face. And so here, life gives you shit, right? But people don't really care about your shit. So loop them in with a very inviting image. I also see I'm seeing a lot here, Nikki, a lot of just, there is a good variety, but also a lot of the same kind of selfies where you take up most of the frame, right? When you selfie, so step back, buy a tripod. I lean my camera up so often against just like a full glass. You know, so I can get a little bit farther away. I would invest in a ring light if you haven't already, but so those are a few things that I would do on this one. Let me see if there's any questions that people have. You don't need to do necessarily 1 to 3 posts a day, but you need to do at least a post a day. If you share on your, you should share on your story every day. I also think you should share on your feed every single day. There are a handful of days over the last like 6 months where I've shown up in my stories, but you know, there's maybe been 5 days or something over the last 6 months, like that I've been so busy that I've shown up in my stories, but I haven't created a post. And I feel like that's okay. But 39 posts out of 120 days is not enough. Even if you're showing up in your stories, because your feed just stops being relevant. People stop seeing it. And when the algorithm's like that, like you just need to constantly be posting, you know? Okay. Yes, Heather, good. Sharing on your timeline at least once per day. Yes. And I think you might see some more established coaches. Like in the beginning when I started, my goal was 3 to 8 posts a day. Really, it was like 5 to 8. And then I moved from like 3 to 5 as things got busier. But I was really building my brand. I was hustling. All of my energy was going to building my brand. So I needed to be showing up really consistently. It was also before we had stories. So it was more just kind of a diary, you know, a day in my life that I could share. But you might see coaches, like I know Emily, she has a thing where she pretty much never posts on Sundays, or I don't know if that's still true, but she told me that a couple months ago when she was here. And, but she also has a built brand, right? So it's like, if you guys haven't read the book, The Compound Effect, you absolutely should, but it's building your brand is very similar to like building this business. You're starting from scratch. Nobody's following you. Nobody knows who you are, none of that. So you are starting to pump this well where there's no water coming out. And eventually you'll get to a place where there is a flow, like you've got a solid brand and you still keep pumping it because you want that water to continue, but you can miss a pump, you know, here or there, miss a day of pumping here or there, or whatever. So, but right now I think it's really important. All right, let me see who's another one. I'm just going with who I see, not even in order. Michaela Powell. And Emily, Heather, Autumn, if you guys, since I can't see the pictures of people, if you have anything, you know, unmute yourself and chat whenever. All right, so Michaela, Midwest gal turned Southern. Illinois to Tennessee to Florida, food and beer, wine lover, fitness, DIYer, corgi lover, owner of the Ruffled Owl. Okay. I don't know if the Ruffled Owl is a business, but you can tag them if you have a thing on Etsy, or I mean, if you have a thing on Instagram, you can tag them here. So actually people could click on that if it's a clickable link. Okay. So I see the circle for stories. So that's awesome. 2 things right here though, right next to each other that don't have, it's not personalized to you. So that just goes back to kind of what I was saying before, make them personal. I like the transformation. I just want you guys to be thinking like about this being eye-catching, right? So if I were to go to your feed, I wouldn't really know who you are, and this isn't a super, you have to be thinking constantly about your feed. I know it's annoying, but you have to be thinking about like your last 9. Like what does your last 9 say? Does that cover the things that are important to you? Does that cover, food and beer and wine? Does it cover fitness? Does it cover your corgi? Does it cover a DIY project? In general, you're in the last 9, because that's what people do. That's what I do when I'm finding a new account. I go to their thing and I'll scroll and I'll be like, am I interested in what they're putting out? I'm going to be honest, Michaela, if I went to your page right now, I don't feel like this is super visually appealing. So I don't know if I would be interested because I don't really know what you're telling me, right? A picture of a shell. Okay, it's not scroll stop, right? And then this is a frowny face, which you just heard my spiel on that. This could be a beautiful photo, but I think you need a filter on this. So that's where presets come in, because it just looks really dark in the newsfeed, right? And it just looks like a pond or something. Like it doesn't, if it was bright and like people are like, oh my God, I want to go there, right? So you have to just be thinking about what's going to stop the scroll. What is this, raw meat? Yeah, raw meat is probably never a good thing to post. Yeah, so, if we went back to my beginning, when I first started, my posts sucked. I was terrible. Like this is actually, I do think this is a great, you've got yourself at the beach, your personal development. I feel like that's a nice, bright, light, eye-catching image. So I think, and then, this would be a great photo. I would think a filter on it would be amazing. Like this here. This row, I love this row. I love the like how bright those are. There's a good variety there. I'm guessing that's your husband, so it shows that. It shows personal development. It shows that you're outside. This shows you looking gorgeous. So there's a few things here. I just don't see a cohesive theme on this page, right? Like I don't know who you are. So think about that when you're posting. All right. All right, let's do Life by Ashy. Life by Ashy. All right, so this is Ashley Goodwin. Okay, I see some stories here. Unboxing, fitness, beauty. Okay, she's a mom of a human and an animal. Wife, strive to be strong, fitness, makeup junkie, Canadian. Join me here. Great. Once you become fearless, you become limitless. These are the kind of, things that I post to break up my feed. So good. I like you're using your timer on your phone or whatever you're using. Beginning of the week is always the hardest for me, especially after weekends full of taking my boy for treats and indulging myself too. Today I decided to start my day with a shake instead of coffee. I woke up feeling sick, still having a migraine and overall feeling off. What did I do? Blend a superfood shake, jumpstart my immune system, and kick this cold's butt. Tastes amazing. Want to try some? Yeah, this post is great. It's light, bright, eye-catching. It tells a story about who you are. It tells what you did about it, and it gives value. Here's what went in my, here's my recipe that went in that. And then you threw a right hook in here at the end. You don't want all of your posts to have right hooks, but I like that you threw that in, right? So that's a great post. Transformation, the cutest little walker ever. This, again, it's just me with the smile, this doesn't make, so again, we're not selling fitness programs and shakes. We are selling a lifestyle. So I'm always thinking, does this picture exhibit a lifestyle that would make people want to join me? This kind of picture where you guys aren't smiling and looking really happy, like you guys definitely want to be a part of my life. Look how happy I am. Look how great life is, right? This kind of picture would not stop my scroll because I'm guessing there's like a negative caption associated with it. And this is everything that I'm telling you guys. These are just opinions. These are not facts. And so you can take whatever you want and leave whatever you don't. But that is my thought. This is not an eye-catching image. This is not an eye-catching image. It's just the top of your head. It could be a scroll stopping thing. But you can see 0 comments here. 3 comments on this. I'm guessing that was a little bit more of a powerful caption. I thought I told you to stop sticking your finger in the electrical socket, my hubby, after seeing my hair tonight. That's funny. It would just be I would like to read this, but I don't think this image would stop my scroll. This, I have done this aerial overhead, but instead of it just being, well, maybe you're talking about the scrunchie. I don't know what's more impressive that might, oh, you are talking about the scrunchie. Well, so that makes sense. I still feel like, I mean, I guess it's fine if it's about the scrunchie. Yeah, fine. I'm constantly like, when I'm featuring something, I'm like, how can I make this look appealing, right? So you see a lot of times, Emily knows, her dogs are a part of her brand. So when she is featuring a product, she brings her brand into that product post. So you see Miss Goose and you see Mav in a lot of her stuff, or now she's pregnant, right? So you'll see her bump in things. It's a post talking about a product that she found or something that she loves or something, but her brand is involved in the photo, right? Does that make sense? So, yeah. And if you're looking for scrunchie ideas, which I'm not sure, but just, follow accounts that are about scrunchies. One I know for sure is the Dude It. It's a Caitlin Bristow scrunchie thing. So she features scrunchies. Like, you can feature scrunchies being far away. So anyway. Okay, good. You said beauty, right? Makeup junkie. So I'm guessing this is about makeup. Oh, that makes sense. Also about the scrunchie. So beauty finds. So you have, it looks like, well, I thought maybe you had like a theme where you've got the white in the middle, but then over here, they're over here. And then down here, it's kind of a variety. Like this, okay, this is another scrunchy shot, I'm guessing. Great. I do think you could invest in a filter and put that same kind of color story on all of your photos. It just brings things together. So hopefully this is, helpful for you guys. All right. Good. So you guys are answering each other's questions. I'll just keep reviewing. All right. So we'll do Fit Life with Jen. Fit Life with Jen. Okay. All right. She is fitness, faith, fun, motivator, wifey, and mama. Let's see. Okay, again, with these things, I feel like either you don't want, this is precious real estate. So if you're going to have one of these kind of quote it things be this frequent in your guys' feed, then it should be consistent. So like either have it all be, in one row, or be like, I used to do it every sixth picture or every third picture or something like that. And now I'm doing it every 9, 12 photos or something like that. I don't even remember what I'm doing, but I always go and count. And I'm like, oh, it's time for a meme. But otherwise, I just think it's too precious of real estate to throw it away if it's not adding to your visual brand. Then personalize these things, right? Okay. Also, you should invest in a ring light because these photos are really dark. And again, you want them light, bright, and eye-catching. A filter can help as well. I also have a thing about like when there are stuff, pick, play, post is right here on this. Pay the 99 cents or $4.99 or whatever it is to get rid of the watermarks in whatever apps you guys are using. It just looks more professional, I think. All right. So, yep, here's a, not smiling face. Okay, but this is maybe one of the best pictures of all time. Oh, well, it's one of your favorite ones too, of Kinley. Time hot hit me in the fields today. This is my bikini when I was oh my gosh, that's so cool. Now it's time to prep this, to feel this good in our bikinis on spring break. Okay, it's cute. All right, so see here, then you've got some black and white. I just feel like there's not a cohesive kind of color story, visual brand, because you have a brand and then you also have a visual brand. So what are you about? What are you speaking about? What are your captions? Who do you represent? But then also, what do you look like? What does it show? So, yeah, you need, you know, like when someone goes to your page, and this is really important on Instagram. It wasn't as important when we were just on Facebook. It's really important on Instagram to have a visual brand, because people decide in 0.2 seconds if they're interested in what you're putting out or not based on how visually appealing your profile looks. Okay, this, I mean, yeah, all right. I didn't see it said about the cleanse. This is why diets are such bullshit. I'm currently on on day 3 of a 3-day cleanse. I'm totally on board with giving the system a goal to clean out for 3 days, but here's the deal. I can't stand being told what not to eat. And what do you want to do when you can't eat something? Eat it, of course. So here's the thought for 2019. Toss the diet, learn how to eat. Okay, it's fine. I just don't feel like that correlates. So it's not a super eye-catching image, and then you're telling people basically to not do what you're doing. So I don't know about that. Okay. Let's look, see if there's any other ones here. Jessie Ann 91. Okay, here's Jessie Ann 91. I would probably, guys, I haven't actually noticed if everyone's been doing this, but put your last name up here as well, unless it's like a privacy thing. But when people are searching for you, it just makes it easier, because not everyone's going to search by Jessie Ann, you know, Jessie.Ann91 to find you. Most people are going to be searching by your name, or, I mean, if they're searching for you, versus if you organically show up in people's, but I just feel like it's good to have your name there. Okay. All right, so look at this visual brand, you guys. Look at that. So she's got a very clear visual brand to me. I mean, there's a lot of blue, right? Obviously, that's going in the middle, straight down her feed. What did her bio say? Mama of a farm. Professional listener. Cheer coach. 5th in 2019 in climbing, health and wellness mentor, saved by grace, music has her heart. I just feel like this is cute. Yeah, I like it. I see cheer, I see mama. I don't see any of your farm animals. Your 4 dogs and 3 cats. I don't see any of them. So I would include them more. I mean, unless you're counting stuffed animals. Oh, here's one. Yeah, so I feel like it's good. So let's look at some of these captions. Like, look at that. Doesn't that look scroll stopping? And you could put like this. You guys remember that post that someone put up? I can't remember who it was that we just looked at, where it was like, I see you mamas, and, you know, like in your shirt and no one's listening to you and blah, blah. It was all like a heartfelt piece to moms. Like, this is I think personally, this is a scroll stopping image that would be great paired with a caption like that, rather than a frowny face caption. You know what I'm saying? Because you're trying to uplift women, but you're not doing it if you're looking miserable. So, okay, many times people will try to tear you down, maybe because of jealousy, maybe misunderstanding, maybe boredom. The reason doesn't really matter, except for you don't understand. Oh, this is a quote, that isn't about you. You know your heart. People that love you know your heart. God knows your heart. Let your focus stay there and never let anyone else dictate your day, week, month, year, life. You're nothing, pray about everything. Yeah, and I think this is great also because in her bio, she says, saved by grace. So I'm glad that I'm seeing religion as a theme, because sometimes people put that up there, but then they're afraid to infuse it into their brand. So I love that. Do I have to eat vegetables? I say this with all the love, but are you really asking me if my health and wellness nutrition plan includes vegetables? I get this question pretty often when talking to people about being part of my wellness community. Here's the thing, veggies aren't my fave either. What I do isn't a diet, it's a lifestyle. It's a way to fuel your body long-term to not only get results, but to keep them forever and ever and ever. As one of my favorite trainers always says, yo-yo diets are a child's game, and you are a strong, smart woman, my friend. Okay, well, I love that quote. I've never heard that, but I love it. Whether your goal is weight loss, more energy, improving a medical condition, whatever, our bodies need veggies. I hated them too, but the ones I hated least are the ones I'd eat before, enjoying what was left on my plate, and this crazy thing happened. My body started craving them because it knows that it needs them. Slowly, I start to add more veggies I can tolerate. I think I'm up to 5. If I can do it, girl, you can too. All you have to do is take the first step, then run to me when the struggle bus is running you over. It's time to put your health over your hatred for all the veggie things. Okay, well, this cat, okay. I mean, I don't even have anything, Jessie, for you. I feel like your brand is on point. I feel like your captions are on point. Your photos are on point. Your bio's on point. So then it's just making sure you're doing the behind the scenes work and, you know, messaging people, because this is a strong brand, I would say. All right. Let's see if we can do a few more. Thank you, Heather, for going in the comments and help answering everything. All right, let me go up. Let's do Jasmine. Did we do this one? I don't think so. Morgan. Okay, I like seeing the story ring. You guys know I call that out every time. Again, last name, Dog Mom, nutritional science, on a journey to self-love, pushing past physical disabilities. Okay. So this top 9 isn't super strong to me. I don't like when there's 3, again, like if they don't add to your brand, if they don't add to the aesthetic look, then I don't think they're necessary. So this is kind of 3 blank things, right? I like this. This is funny. Did you realize that if you sit on the toilet at 11:59 and the clock strikes midnight, it's the same shit, just a different day? Like, that's funny. That would lull me. Like, I would be lulling and I would save that. But I don't feel like this is a super strong top 9 because I just feel like, I can see that your dog's, you know, Dog Mom, fitness related. I'm not sure what this is. Valentine's makeup challenge. The anti-V-Day route, because why be normal? Honestly, it was so cool being able to participate because I never really do my makeup anymore. Okay. I mean, I don't see a lot of value add. So you also, Emily always says, I don't know if Emily you're on here, but what is it? You want to be thinking, can you add, make them laugh, make them think, or motivate them?
I say every morning I wake up and I think, how can I motivate someone today? How can I make them laugh? Or how can I change the way they think about something? Yes. So, like, I will not post anything unless it is one of those.
Yes. So for this kind of post where it's a makeup thing, this is not really doing any of those things. There's not a lot of value add. How you could have done it is shared some of the products that you used, or you could have said, here's my favorite YouTuber, go follow that channel, how I learn makeup, you know, whatever. Like, that could be a value rather than just here's my story and it was cool. I do feel like as we scroll down, like this is, I like this better. This 9, you know, right? Like that shake, it's hard to make your shake look super delicious. That looks delicious to me. I just feel like that's a better, not like, and also this burritos can look really messy. That is a great photo of food. I just feel like, you know, good job. But, so I, oh my God, I just want to snuggle right there. So I feel like, yeah, there's some good ones. Let's see. By no means do I have a chiseled 6-pack or abs of steel, but this bitch was able to keep in shape even after the holidays, something I wasn't able to do last year. I know you may have New Year's resolutions, and one is getting healthy or getting into shape. One of my biggest tips, build a good relationship with food. This means eating clean the majority of the time, making healthy choices to fuel your body, nourishing your body, as well as allowing yourself to take joy from comfort food and not beating yourself up for it. In terms of exercise, I learned a bunch of new information this semester on exercise psychology, and I'll be sharing some of that in time to go. Time, whatever, you know what it says. Yeah, I feel like that's great, right? There's some value add. So I think it could work a little tweaking with your visual brand. I don't know, be careful. I don't feel like N-words belong anywhere on our social media profiles, even if it's in a joke. I don't feel like that belongs anywhere. So I would be very careful with that. Because if someone I was following posted that, I would unfollow immediately. It's offensive to me. So gotta be careful with humor. I don't think like homophobic things are funny, racial things are funny, things about disabilities are funny. You know, just gotta be careful with that kind of stuff. Woo! But I do think you've got some good, like you've got a good variety of posts and you are really good at photography. So I would do more of that. Okay. Who needs to be muted? Somebody. All right. I think I'll do maybe just a couple more. Muscles and mom life. Alyssa. Okay. Alyssa. Ice cream's on her diet plan, down 20 pounds. Sunshine is happiness. Postpartum depression fighter. 2-time C-section mom, change your life with me. Now that tells you who you're going to get here, right? You know what you're going to, well, unless her brand doesn't, like her posts don't match up, but like that people are like, oh, okay. I know who's here now, rather than just like mom, wife, teacher, coach. That's too generic, but this is specific to her. So think about the things that make you unique. And again, there's tons of them. All right. So let's see this. Okay, I see transformation. I see happiness and a little baby, kids. Does look like it's a lot of full screen images. So I do see like selfie, 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 and it's very close up, right? Like selfie, selfie. So also you want to think about, and I learned this tip from Rachel Hollis, stepping back from the camera and having blank space around you. Emily's really, I mean, I feel like I'm just shouting Emily out a lot, but I mean, honestly, she has a really good, strong, solid brand. So, but she's really good about having, like, not just filling, you don't want to fill every square full with the subject, right? You want to be back a little bit and have more white space or whatever kind of, but just like blank space there. So this is, you know, very full, which makes your feed look really busy and not as clean, I think. So again, I would invest in a probably a ring light. Either get to diamond, and most coaches, I think a lot of us buy ring lights for our diamonds, as long as you hold for 6 weeks, or invest in one yourself. And then again, here I would just try to develop a more cohesive color story. So I can't stress enough, either investing in a preset or creating your own preset, or using Snapseed and following the same filter like recipe for all your photos. Emily and I both did that before we got Lightroom presets. We would use Snapseed, but we just would do the same things to all of our photos so that they still looked, you know, cohesive. But I think a visual brand here, and then just stepping back and stuff like that. And let's see what I mean. Today was hard. I wanted to quit. I almost did quit. I cried. I was angry. Look at this. She was pissed off and angry, and she's smiling. Like, it's just so much more inviting. So think about that, you guys. When you want to complain or talk about how hard a workout was, you still got to hook them with a good image. The person who's been holding me back all these years has been defeated. That voice in my mind telling me to quit and that I'm no good left. And the me who I want to be, took over and fueled the most grueling 60 minutes of my life. I just proved to myself that I am unstoppable. Mic drop, mom on a mission, transform your life, can't stop, won't stop. Love that. It's a great story. It's short, it's not super long. I do think sometimes we need longer stories, but I think it's a great paragraph, great everything. Only thing that would be better is if you had a ring light, probably. It's crazy how your reality can shift in an instant. A few months ago, I was a lost soul, hiding behind social media, wasting my free time, stalking old pictures of myself, other people's lives, comparing. Depressed, hopeless, confused, lost. This job has given me a sense of purpose. Being a mom is my #1 priority, but this sets my soul on fire. I'm living my passion and making some lifelong friends along the way, waking up with the intent to be better than the day before. Great. Again, a little bit of a story. I hope that you're, you know, infusing longer bits of your story and letting people in, but I do like this, saying who I was and how things have changed. Instead of just like, got my workout in today, everything's great. It's like, why? And who were you before? What were your struggles? I think this is great. And the right hook there at the end with the invite. Important. All right, one more. Have I done? Oh, I did that one. Let me scroll up. Megan Flowers. Flowers growing into strong. Wait, what? Flowers growing. Oh, flowers growing strong. Okay. Okay. Let's move. Let's eat. Sir Oliver. VIP program. Oopsies. Clicked on the story. Join me. Okay. So this is a good variety, I feel like, of, images, good visual feed. And I can tell, I do feel like your images are a little bit darker, but that seems to be cohesive and a part of your brand. They're bright where they need to be. Like, it just seems like you have a little bit of a moody vibe, which, like, Amy Silverman has a very moody, she has a very strong visual brand, but it's a moody vibe. And so I feel like even these are a little bit darker, they're bright where they need to be. So I think, and it looks like you have a strong brand. I'm guessing you have a preset. And look at just like the variety of pictures that I'm seeing. I forgot to read this. A journey of health and fitness. Journey of fitness for health and happiness. Beginner yogi, exercise loather, food lover, Aggie 2015, discovering wellness, self-love, and confidence. Okay. What is this? $20 or brain food. It's my gift to you tonight. The last chance to enroll in the self-love seminar and receive my special gift for you, $20 because I'm a sucker for a good deal. Or one of my favorite personal development books because the mindset, work in this journey is everything. Which would you choose? Okay. Good. Let's see what you say about this. Been in the hospital more time for my loved ones and myself in the last few months than I can even remember. And let me tell you this, your tomorrow is not promised. You have to take care of yourself. It's never going to feel like the right time to make changes for your health. It's always going to take effort to make your health a priority. Sometimes it's going to be really hard, but you have to do it. Your people need you. You deserve a life of health and happiness. I'm pushing back my self-love seminar to start next week, February 25th. Come be in it. Make this your time. Show up with love for yourself, for your body, for your soul. The best you. So I feel like you have good captions. I'm not sure. Hopefully you're also inviting, and maybe your self-love seminar is inviting to like Beachbody challenge groups and stuff. But I hope you're also inviting to that if those are separate things. It sounds like that's good that you're building that, piece, and that is something that people can get only from you. But I just want to make sure that you're also, yeah, I feel like it's good. All right, so let me see if there's anything. Okay. So I think that's all I'm going to do tonight. Were there any, Heather, I don't know if Autumn is on, Autumn and Emily, was there anything else that you guys wanted to add about like things that are important on social media?
I mean, I think you touched on it briefly, but I found what has like really helped me is just the storytelling aspect. And if you don't know what storytelling is, like look up a YouTube video. There's really good ones out there. Specifically by Kendra, what's her last name, Ash?
Hall?
Okay, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, she spoke at Leadership and she just like blew my mind. And I actually went to school for that. And she even blew my mind. But definitely underestimate the storytelling on your social media. And also to reiterate what Ashley said, I always save those quotes and those funny things for posts. Like on the days that I'm like struggling, I have like no inspiration or motivation. That's what I will go to is like all my screenshots and find something to post that day. And then like you've heard in all of our other trainings is like find your five things that make you and stick with those things. And I just know for me, it's the first thing I think about when I wake up in the morning. How am I going to inspire someone today, make them laugh, or change the way they think about things? That is literally the first thought in my mind every day. And so I guess that's just my encouragement.
All right. For everyone, not the brave people who volunteered for the whole team. Oh, okay. Oh, good. Yeah, I just feel like it's a good reminder as you're thinking, like, I know a lot of times we're thinking, like, we just got to get a post up, we got to get a post up, but you also need to have intention behind that post. And honestly, at this point, it's one post a day. Like, I used to have to do, for the first 4 years in this business, I was doing 5 posts a day. I don't think you need to think or have intention behind your stories all the time. I think those should kind of just be your life and, you know, whatever. I don't think those should be really curated, but your feed definitely should be. And so just be thinking about that. Be thinking about what your visual brand is, what, you know, that it's an eye-catching, scroll-stopping image, and then also the caption to go with it. And I love that thing that Emily does, you know, add value, you know, force them to think, change the way that they think, or motivate them in some way. So anyway, good luck, you guys. And it'll take some time to like, and I still like my brand right now will tweak in the future. It's just an evolution, a constant evolution of, you know, and you can scroll back to the beginning. I mean, I did do some cleanup because at the Instagram thing that I did, she said like, yeah, go do some cleanup. So I cleaned up some, but you can scroll back and you can see my images. I used to live in a basement apartment and my photos were very dark. They had writing all over it. My feed was very busy. And like, that was okay back then, but it's not okay anymore. I think especially with Instagram being the bigger platform. And Instagram, if you guys remember, like when it started, it was just for images. Like there wasn't really even supposed to be captions on Instagram. It is real, like a visual brand is very important now that Instagram is important. Now, if Instagram goes away and there's another social media platform that's going to take over, like we'll just have to adapt and adjust. But take some time. It's really an important thing, and that's very powerful real estate. It is your magazine. Your social media is like your billboard to the world. So make it look, you know, how you want. And there isn't a one size fits all. So, oh, someone said, did everyone have concerns about making their Instagrams public? I worry about having my babies all over it. So if that's a privacy thing for you, then, you know, you don't have to include your kid. Or I have saw someone said the other day that Kristen Cavallari, she shows her kids, but just the back of their heads. I mean, everyone knows she has 3 kids. Well, not everyone knows, but if you follow her and you know who that person is, she has 3 kids, but they're not really a big part of her brand. They know that she has kids and, you know, she'll show the back, but she doesn't really show their faces for privacy things as well. So there's other ways to be private about it and have a public account. So, or if you have a personal account that has your kids and you want to keep that for memories and stuff, which I totally understand that, then do a separate account for, you know, a public business one. Because I do think it's important to have a public account. All right, you guys, have an amazing night. I will get this recording up as soon as I can. Thank you so much to all the brave people who volunteered and let me, you know, talk about you in front of everyone. That takes a lot of guts. And so thank you very much. All right, bye.